on our siding here, it's just not working out. Now, the other thing that you can do is that you can adjust this by unscrewing this. Wild Rose Haven Homesteading. This bit here, right here, there's a screw right here underneath this foam insulation. You unscrew that, you can bring the bracket forward to adjust for the difference in spacing down here at the bottom, down here at the bottom. Now it does help if you're using a level with a magnet bottom. Thank goodness Mr. Rose thought of that. No! And I guess you want to remove this if you can. I thought I moved it out of the way, but apparently I did not. There's tape on the bottom of this. So, yeah, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Maybe that's why they didn't want you to use another power tool. All right. So you want to move that out of the way and then unscrew it. And these are soft head screws, so the power tool might be a little bit too much for it, by the way. Yeah, these screws are pretty soft. Look at that. I really tried to strip it out. This is where it gets a little tricky because you don't want to drop the bracket. I can't adjust this arm without undoing the other one too. All right, now we want to move these forward. Now, unfortunately, they also went ahead and they glued all of this together. So, yeah, about that. I guess they were just, no, they're not going to need to adjust it. Don't worry about it. All right, so you're going to have to get this foam off of here anyway, because you need to replace it. So just try to gently pull it off like I am, so you don't lose the stickiness of it. Like so. There we go. I'm going to try it on this side where I ripped it. Gently, gently. Remove that like so. Okay. And then we're going to bring this. Now, can you kind of just peek over on the side there and see if I got that, if it's leveling out? What?
Not quite light. Bring your bracket forward just a little bit. Slide it towards you. You're not quite in the hole.
I can see where the hole is big. That's not the problem. I'm trying to get the screw into the screwdriver. Thank you very much. I'm holding on to the bracket and getting the screw on in the screwdriver. Like that. And I don't want the bracket to fall. Hey, I'm learning how to use a screw gun with one hand. Mr. Rose is very, very talented with that, but I'm not. I am now, though. Check that out. What? Oh, yeah. I got me some skills going on. Okay, so the good thing is that actually the foam that they had over here on the underside was exactly where it needed to be. Otherwise, you would have had to remove this foam anyway back here so you can seal it up, because that's why they have that foam there. All right, and now, so make sure that when you readjust it, it's a bit sticky, but it's going to start losing its stick if it doesn't, keeps coming off and it gets wet and stuff. So you just have to make sure you have it back up if you make any adjustments to your bracket like we had to, and then just shove it in there as tight as you possibly can into those channels so it doesn't end up moving out of there when you put your unit on top of it and you start fiddling around, because that's what happened. They just fell out. And just push them in like I'm doing. I don't know if you can see that. and creating a shadow. Just push it into that channel and make sure that they're tight up in there. So even if you're adjusting your AC unit or what have you, then it'll stop things like wasps, like we have here, that'll want to create nest up in there. And if you want to get like extra, you can probably put a little bit of more tape on the outside underneath here. Let's see, underneath there. Oh. You see that? Anyway, so put some tape right there, and just to tape that in, just in case, just to help stop any wasps also from making little nests in this channel in there. All right, that's it. Thought I'd share that with you. And double check and make sure you have it closed off on this end. You don't see any light, then it's all good. Okay. Whew. Good Lord. Things you gotta look at and make sure it's all covered and sealed so it's all airtight and bug free. Okay, the other thing I'm gonna do a little extra is I'm gonna have some extra insulation here, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more right here on top of this channel, because I noticed once I set it on here, there's still a little bit of a gap of air or light that I see. So I'm just gonna they have this little tiny strip that keeps getting moved around, like you noticed when I was readjusting all of the screws and all of that and the brackets and everything. So just, if you want to, they do give you a good amount of insulation. So just whatever you find, any little air gaps or wherever, this is where I noticed the air gap that I saw was just right up here. Once I put the AC unit on, I looked underneath here, there's a little bit of hole, you know, there was still light coming in through there. So that's just a bit more air exposed or heat getting out, one or the other. But double check that too. Wild Rose Haven, homesteading.